What's up everybody, your boy TFG and I'm back for another reaction today guys. Now before we get into today's video guys, please make sure to smash that subscribe button as I am on the road to 1k and we're getting really close to 600 subscribers, so I'd really appreciate it if you can hit the subscribe button and of course put your post notifications so you never miss out on a video. So yeah, back with another top 10. I have a feeling like I haven't done this for a while. Probably has been a while. But yeah, top 10 best new anime of 2020. This is by VinnyTube, of course, and quite a recent video. I think he made it like a few days ago. So yeah, I watched a few anime this year, mostly sequels, new seasons like Fire Force. I did watch Jujutsu Kaisen while I'm still watching it. Great anime, I'm really enjoying that. I think he's gonna put it in top 10. Watched a few other animes. I can barely remember them. Whenever I make videos I forget all the animes I watched, I don't know why. But yeah, this should be a great top 10. So without further ado, let's go. Damn, this is loud.
As the year draws to an end, I think it's time to start looking at the year as a whole. This year's been an eventful one for anime, and I feel like now's a good time to start going over what I think are the top 10
watched it a bit.
Anime of the year. I know that the year was chock full of sequels, and a lot of which concluded years of journey for some shows. So I've intentionally excluded those.
Yes, watch this, finished it.
My favorite ones from this year. So
that's the one I watched. I love that one. That was top 5 level, bro.
2020, everyone.
Let's see what he got, man. Let's see. Excited to do another top 10 reaction. Moriarty the Patriot. I think I've seen this in one of his top 10s.
Moriarty the Patriot. Honestly speaking, I didn't have high hopes for this one. That's not to be taken in a negative light.
These are the low-key animes.
Quite a lot of Sherlock Holmes anime. It just
the Sherlock Holmes one. Now I remember
this.
None
of them ended up being bad, and it takes an extraordinary amount of mishap to spend 5 minutes ranting about a show online. They were just out there. What could a perspective change to star the villain do? Well, a lot apparently. Midway through the season, Moriarty the Patriot has shot up to be one of my favorites this season. It may not be part of the big hype train that everyone's riding.
Yeah, definitely not. It's very. No one's talking about this anime.
Brimming with content that makes you think. I'm not going to pretend that this is some super complex, big brain anime that would make you question the meaning of existence, but its themes make a lot of sense, especially in the modern day context. I really like how it toys with the ideas of justice while putting us in
if it's based on Sherlock Holmes, a little bit of thinking needs to be involved, right?
The show is still airing, but you should definitely check it out.
Okay, still airing.
Food for thought and shows you what a good villain protagonist looks like.
Okay, wait. You gotta think about this year. He put God of High School. This year hasn't been the greatest year of anime, but yeah.
Next we go full throttle with God of High School.
This is one of the animes I watched. I don't think I just watched, you know what I mean, guys? It's one of the ones just to watch and just, if you have nothing else to do, that's God of High School for me.
Fighter in Korea made its mark on the anime community. It didn't matter that it was in a season with tons of grand finales and big sequels. If there's anything to remember summer 2020 by in terms of just pure hype, a lot of anime fans will tell you it's probably God
the hype on this was
the show's not without
mental.
Its flaws. As we've seen so far,
I mean, it's a pretty average show, nothing crazy, but animation-wise,
Noblesse,
people are saying that's crazy. I still haven't watched it.
Hit or miss. God of High School in particular got some flack for cutting out some key character development parts from the webtoon.
Oh yeah, the pacing on this was quick, man. I liked it. It was. I don't know why I like the pacing, because maybe all the animes I watch are slow pacing.
God of High School could be just the show for you.
I mean, it's average when it comes to story and everything, but yeah, in terms of animation, top. Oh yeah, this anime was very popular. Yeah.
For the rom-com fans, you'll probably remember summer 2020, not for God of High School, but for Rent-A-Girlfriend. I haven't seen the fake girlfriend storyline in a while, so I don't blame anyone for thinking of Rent-A-Girlfriend as the second coming of Nisekoi.
You know they have this shit in Japan.
Rent-A-Girlfriend never quite hit the mark as the series that it's supposedly a spiritual successor to. A lot of that falls onto our protagonist. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but it does seem that he's by far the most hated protagonist in a series with harem elements this season.
Really?
With
oh no.
That's saying something. Actually,
he's more hated than Kirito.
That's
saying something, bro.
Now, that might sound a bit harsh, but I did sincerely enjoy Rent-A-Girlfriend in general. The characters may be controversial, but I enjoyed the comedy bits, and I don't think anyone's denying that the girls are pretty good. And as they say, in a show like this, it's not the
I've seen it a lot around
in
the anime videos.
The girls, if they sell, the show sells, and it apparently did well enough to get a second season coming our way.
Oh, there you go. Oh man. Yeah. Some of these animes
Let's make
Anime
it 3
authors,
in a
man,
row
they know
now
what they're
for summer
doing, man.
22 with
Yeah, Decadence, I've heard of this
So
one.
if
Didn't
Going
watch
High
it though.
School is the mainstream shonen boys pick of the season,
So far of the
or
list, I've only
Rent-A-Girlfriend is
watched
what rom-com
God of
fans
High
remember
School.
it by. I think that
Wow,
it would be fair
that's
to give
kind of bad,
Decadence
isn't
the
it?
crown for underappreciated hit of the season. What many people first brushed off as some sort of sci-fi Attack on Titan quickly found its footing and surged in popularity midway through the
Oh, is
season.
Attack on
It's the
Titan gonna be
season's
number one,
example of
even though it
not
just
judging a book
started?
by its cover, as much
I'm
of the
waiting for
content
it
that made
to
capture
get
the
more
hearts of
episodes.
so many
I'm
fans
waiting
came
for
out
the
midway
episodes to
through
come
its
in. I
run.
want to binge
The
it.
plot may have seemed simple,
I haven't
but
watched the new
Decadence
season
does
yet.
have quite a lot of philosophical concepts that get explored. I'm positive
Alright.
that I'm not the only one who thought that the show ended up looking like a completely different one that first impressions.
The animation's
give us
very nice,
even
though.
At 2 episodes in.
I'll give it to
Before I
them.
forget, the show did have a controversial ending, but I feel like it wrapped things up pretty nicely for an anime original. So if you're looking for a short one-core show to binge over a weekend and you're up for something that reminds you of Attack on Titan or Gurren Lagann,
Yeah.
make sure to give Decadence
Maybe I could
a
watch
whirl.
this, maybe. Yeah, I watched a few episodes of this one. Left it.
Speaking of endings, Gleipnir has a clusterfuck of an ending for its anime, but that doesn't put it down so hard for me not to feature
Oh,
as
that's
one
a
of the top
cluster.
new shows this 2020. Yes,
Yeah, I don't
Gleipnir
know,
went
it's
on
just-
some sort of anime original direction towards the end, leaving everyone confused.
It is quite
Season
weird, the
2
anime, but you
is
know.
nowhere in sight.
Nothing
Why
too
is
weird. It is
here?
anime
Why
after
is it
all,
in
you
my
know.
top 10 list? Because after everything else, the show does well and hits the right beats for me. Having just come off enjoying Darwin's Game earlier this season,
I heard
was
this
simply in
show
the mood for
flopped,
more
though. I
edgy
heard it
death
never-
game shenanigans. While the
never-
former I loved,
not a lot of
especially
people
with
liked
the
it.
ensemble concept and the
It was, like,
character
very
designs,
mixed.
I won't deny
People
that
liked
would
it,
seem
some
a bit
people never.
generic for it to truly stand out. What isn't generic in terms of setup and characters is Gleipnir. I praise Pine Jam for powering through the
I watched a few
uncertainties of the
episodes, that's
spring
about it, man. I
2020
couldn't,
season
like-
and giving us an A+ product in terms of animation and fights. But Gleipnir also finds
Yes,
its
the animation of
strength in
fights.
something
I think I
else.
saw the
Its
beginning one
characters.
with the.
Its characters are an
Yeah, that girl
underrated
that
aspect
could
of the
run.
show, and you can't really quantify
The animation was
chemistry,
cray-cray.
but the main
That
duo
was
of
really
Shuichi
good.
and Claire, as well as the antagonist Elena, just work so well together. The side characters are no slouch either, being interesting in their own ways and showing
Might have to
varying
watch this,
degrees
might have to
of
finish this, man.
agency. A weird, bizarro ending. Wouldn't
Tell
it
me,
be
is it worth it?
putting
Yeah,
the
that's the
show
fight I've
down?
seen.
And Gleipnir remains
They
one of
killed
my
her, man.
favourites this year.
Spoiler alert, they killed the shit out of
As
her.
we reach the halfway mark of this list,
This anime.
let me ask you a question.
Watch
How
this
many
shit.
of these shows
Watch
can
this.
you watch legally? It sure must
What?
be a pain to go to Crunchyroll or Funimation.
Oh,
then
I thought it
run
was
into
gonna
the
be-
dreaded region lock message. Thus,
Oh,
it's with
man.
great joy that I bring to you a cheap and easy
I
solution
ain't get
to that.
paid for this, homie.
ExpressVPN to the rescue.
Yeah, I ain't
With
get paid for this,
Express, just a
homie.
click away. So say good VPN.com/ to the fullest.
What? Oh, I'm at the right part? I thought it was number 6. Oh, Dora, okay. This is
Yes,
hard.
I
I need.
intentionally put two dark series next to each other. So next we
he's
take
gonna
a
bite
look
his own head
at
off.
Dorohedoro. That's a handful of a title, yes. And no,
Animation's
Dorohedoro
very
isn't
unique.
an edgy
Oh,
death
his
game
finger.
anime. Gleipnir may be dark and edgy, but I still find it to know when to reel itself in and step back
Whoa.
before letting you see that at its very core, it's still a boy meets girl series, but with morally ambiguous characters. But that's not the case for Dorohedoro.
my- these guys is
Dorohedoro
biting heads off,
relishes
bro.
in the violence,
Yeah, I heard
the
this
black
show is
comedy,
savage.
that sort of stuff. No wonder it didn't become a mainstream title at the start of the year. Then again, it's probably
Wow.
a saving grace, because if it did indeed become a mainstream title, we'd be seeing all those
Might need to watch
controversies
this shit.
online. I mean, it's the same season
It's on
as
Netflix, right?
Interspecies
Yeah.
reviewers, and I don't
Whoa,
think that anything
what is
that
that?
season could top the Funimation fiasco with that
Bruh,
show.
this
Can you
guy's
imagine a world with a mainstream
killing people.
Dorohedoro with a series of controversies of its own airing alongside
Oh.
Interspecies reviewers? However, don't let all the talk of the violence and controversial elements
Oh
distract
my
you
God.
from
Bro,
the
I might
fact
need to
that
watch this.
Dorohedoro is
I like
quite
this fighting
honestly a
stuff,
very
but
well-made
this is some
adaptation. I
gory.
mean, the CGI may be jarring, but I truly felt
Yeah,
that the anime
it's
captured a
putting me
lot of
off.
things that made the manga such a hit. The setting and the atmosphere is there, and the characters are
But I've
just
heard
amazing,
really good,
which is
only
a
good things about
thing,
this anime.
because
I've
at its core,
not heard bad
Dorohedoro
things about
is
it.
a character-driven show. It's truly worthy of a watch, and while I don't
These
see a
guys
sequel
spinning
coming
heads,
anytime
bro.
soon, I still recommend it to anyone who enjoys the darker side of anime.
I do sometimes. Don't know about this one, Chief. I don't know about this one, Chief.
Spring 2020
Don't know about
saw
this
the
one,
start
Chief.
of the Korean wave in anime, with
It's
Tower of
boring,
God leading
man.
the charge.
I'm sorry,
There's
it's
no
boring
question
for me.
that when pioneering a
That's
new
why I left
thing,
it.
you put your best foot forward and try to make an impact off the bat. So of course,
I'd
when
rather
the
watch
idea
God of High
webtoons
School instead of
being
this, bro,
adapted
any
into
day.
anime became a thing, the immediate candidate was probably the biggest webtoon out there. Tower of God. The result was actually pretty good.
The hype on this was unreal, and did it deliver? Sadly, no.
High hopes after being so enamored with the webtoon, but as someone who came in and started watching the show knowing the source material's content, I think that the series does well enough for itself. It's a dialogue-heavy adventure series featuring some intriguing characters and a vivid world for us to explore. It also features a unique art style that would or wouldn't be a big pull for fans of webtoons. The unfortunate part is that what we saw of Tower of God is basically just the prologue. The anime just ended there without a season 2 in sight. Come on, it's like ending Hunter x Hunter right when the Hunter exams end.
Okay, is that why it was dead? Maybe the good stuff was coming? I don't know.
Best webtoon adaptations.
Okay, maybe it gets better. ID Invader. Bro, I forgot about this anime. I wanted to watch it.
The third best anime of 2020? Well, it's a toss-up for me for second and third
Yeah,
place.
he put this highly on the last list as well.
Id Invaded. I've always been quite high on psychological anime, so it wasn't any surprise that I watched Id Invaded. Being such a fan of psychology myself, I think that it's one of the great topics that can be discussed in so many ways.
Looks like a very psychological
I like
series.
Id Invaded so much that I put it as my top anime at the start of the year.
Yeah, that's why you put it top, bro. You put it number 1.
I do think that Id Invaded
Where would Jujutsu Kaisen at though, bro?
a great show that can appeal to a wide range of anime fans. It's just a
Seriously,
solid
he's not gonna have this
mystery
here?
anime after all. In a way, it really
I'm
reminds me
really
of an
enjoying Jujutsu
alternative
Kaisen so far. I'm
Psycho
really
Pass, but with a
enjoying
more
it.
scientific focus
Psychopaths just started that, guys. Episode 1 reaction. Go check it out if you haven't. Episode 2 coming out soon.
Special identity. It's the end of the year, and I still think that it's
Good
a
start with
grossly
Psychopaths, by the way.
underappreciated anime. Seeing as how big Psycho Pass has become, I feel a bit bad that Id Invaded never really got to that point.
It was
Maybe
made by
it's
the
just a
same.
change in the
Okay,
times.
great.
After all, many things can change in a decade. Maybe it's because the winter 2020 has the unfortunate reputation of being a weak season. Either way, I strongly recommend watching this show to anyone looking for a good, suspenseful watch.
Okay. What you got for number 2, bro? Is that my anime? Yes, it is. Yeah, deserves that
Second
ranking.
place goes to Jujutsu
Really good.
Kaisen.
I
With all
can't
the
say nothing
buzz
bad
that's
about
taken
it
over the internet over this show for the past few weeks, how could it not be near the top of the list?
Yep.
It's really amazing because at first glance, Jujutsu Kaisen may seem like a show filling everyone's annual quota of Shonen Jump series, featuring supernatural powers, demons, and exorcists. And
There's
whatever
definitely a lot
equivalents
of
to those
Bleach
the show may
elements to
have.
it.
Last year it was Demon Slayer. A few years
I get a lot of
before
Bleach
that,
vibes
it
of
was
it. I think that's why I like it, man, because I'm a big fan of
Jujutsu Kaisen just does
Bleach.
so many things right as far as its target market is concerned. For a show like this, I think that the most important keys are simply having a good hook, a decent and likable cast, some twists and turns regarding certain characters.
Bro, and don't
great
get me
fights
started on
that showcase
Sukuna.
the powers
Sukuna,
that
his
the creator
character is...
came up with. Let's just
I
say
love
that
his
Jujutsu
character, man.
Kaisen
He's such a
passes
savage.
everything with flying colours. It's yet to
Yeah.
get a Demon Slayer episode 19 moment, but the
Episode
recent
19
one
moment.
featuring one of its most popular
Demon
characters
Slayer.
came pretty damn
As I
close
said,
to
I
how
like
it
Demon
blew up
Slayer,
the
but it's
internet.
too
However, for
overrated,
all the
man.
excitement surrounding it,
I do
only
like
finds
it,
its
though.
way to number 2 on my
Let's
list.
not get it
It's
twisted.
not that I don't buy the hype
It's
or
number
anything.
1.
I mean, I love it, and I really like how there's this
Attack on
big
Titan is
new
number 1.
thing
I'm
that
calling it
everyone's
right
talking
now.
about again, the likes that I've
Has
not
to be.
seen since Demon Slayer. However, there's just one new anime that I think I like better.
Watch. This guy's my
What
boy.
is the show that
This
I
guy
consider
is
to be
my
the
boy.
best of 2020, you ask? Great Pretender, of course.
Bro, yo, shout out to ViniTube. Shout out to ViniTube. How could I forget about this? I love this anime, man. You thought I loved, you thought I liked Jujutsu Kaisen? This is one of my top animes, probably my top anime this year.
I
love this anime, man. That's a 9 out of 10 for me, this anime.
Premise, or is it because it looked like some kind of spiritual successor to
ViniTube,
things I
you're a
enjoyed, like
genius.
Bacano
You for
or
this
Better
one,
Call
bro.
Saul? Probably a mixture of both, I think, actually. Great Pretender is a
It
breath
got me,
of fresh
it gave
air
me
that
a lot of
looked like a
Durarara
Western TV
vibes.
series
Go watch
that had
Durarara,
not
by the way,
been
if you
done in
haven't.
an anime format. Saying that it's
Great
unique
Pretender,
isn't
watch
enough,
it, man.
and it's a
Watch
completely
it.
different
Yeah, you got
direction
Netflix
from
and you're
what we've
watching
all
it. I
come
don't know
to
what the hell
expect
you're
from the
doing. Watch
medium.
this shit.
Now, I'm not part of the camp where unique
I just finished
equals
season
good,
2 right now.
and I personally love my anime tropes, but come on, credit where credit's due.
Bro,
Pretty much everything in Great Pretender is amazing.
Yes,
The visuals
yes.
are stunning, the plot progresses at a great
100%.
pace, and it manages to keep me entertained all the way to the very end.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure that
Nothing
it'll do the
bored
job
me
for
in
you
here, man.
too. It's a super fun show, so check it out.
Very,
I just
very
find it
entertaining
unfortunate
show.
that Great Pretender never really became a big deal. It's just a fun and artistic show
Hmm.
full of soul and promise. Do I blame Netflix jail for this? Well, partly, but I still consider it the top pick for
Yeah,
the
never
best
had the
new
hype
title
that
in
it deserves,
2020,
man.
and I
Bro,
don't
this
see my
anime is
opinion
so
changing
good, man. Watch
anytime
it.
soon.
Watch it.
So, what does your top...
Alright, top 10 best new anime of 2020. Great list. I don't know about Tower of God though. That's the only one I don't know about. Because this year we did have a bit of a shaky year, of course, due to setbacks like releasing animes at a later time. They got You know, obviously some animes were supposed to come out in summer, they got delayed to winter. But anyway, this year, like, let's say the anime game this year has been decent enough, but nothing too crazy. God of High School, you know, he had Great Pretender, man. I never thought he was gonna put it at number 1. At the beginning of this video, I did say top 5 or top 3 level, bro. But shout out to ViniTube, man. He clearly knows what he's talking about. I'm not trying to be biased, but he knows what he's talking about. Watch The Great Pretender and you will not be disappointed, guys. Like, that anime is so entertaining, and it's on Netflix. So if you have Netflix, just watch it, man. Dorohedoro, I want to watch that. Gleipnir, thinking of finishing that. ID Invaded, I might watch that. See, what else did he put on here? What else? Decadence, not one for me because I would have watched that a long time ago. Yeah, Tower of God, I don't think I'm gonna finish that either. Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm still watching it. Watch Jujutsu Kaisen if you're not watching it. It's another great anime. But yeah, the great list from ViniTube yet again. Recommend me more top 10s, guys, if you want, or even anime fights. I haven't done them for a long ass time. So yeah, recommend me more stuff, and yeah, should be uploading more frequently. Don't quote me on that, I might not, but I'll still be uploading. So yeah, stay tuned. Put your post notifications, guys, so you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. And of course, please make sure to subscribe. That's the most important thing currently, as we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. And 600, we're very close to 600 subscribers. So yeah, make sure to subscribe. Been your boy TFG. Peace.